Ooh, folks, we got a storm rolling in right now. Look at that. Holy moly. That is not what you want to see on the horizon, but hopefully this storm is going to pass through super quickly, and I think it will. Welcome back to another video amidst that sound of just ominous thunder in the background. Today is going to be a great day. We are going to be doing a massive crawfish stocking down at the backyard pond. We're also going to be doing a pond update because a bunch of you guys have been in the comment section asking for a pond update. We're also going to be hanging out with neighbor Daryl down by the pond, and he's going to show us how to cook crawfish, or how he cooks crawfish. Then we're gonna dump a boat down in the backyard pond, and we're gonna put some electronics out there. Now that we've made it a whole lot bigger and deeper, we're gonna see just how deep this pond actually is now. We're also gonna get a visit from my wife, Holly, and she may or may not teach me a thing or two about catching fish. I'm gonna let this storm go ahead and pass by, then I'm jumping on my e-bike, and I'll see you guys down by the pond. Ooh, hey there, girl. Let's go for a ride. Oh, I've never done this while filming before. This is probably gonna be a disaster. Ah! Let's head on down to the backyard pond right now. Oh! Oh yeah, that was a crotch shot. You guys don't even know how many times I've crashed this e-bike off camera. As you guys know, we spent a few months expanding the backyard pond late last summer, and we went from this pond being under an acre total size to now being close to 2.5 acres, and we were able to dig down and add some real depth to this pond as well. So we increased surface area size of the pond and total water volume. Now at that point, we did all the things that we wanted to do to improve this pond from a fish habitat standpoint. We added a bunch of man-made structure that we built. We stocked 10,000 plus bait fish in here, including bluegill, minnows, all that really good forage for bass. Over the past few winter months, the backyard pond has gone through quite a bit of a transition, and we've had all kinds of crazy stuff going on down here. We were able to successfully hunt my first ever white-tailed deer from our 17 acres right here, right next to the backyard pond. And that deer was probably standing about 20 yards from the bank of the pond when I shot it. So that is just so cool to literally fill the freezer with meat from your backyard. It's just an awesome feeling. We also had a monster buck walk basically right here. This was by far the biggest deer we have ever seen on my 17 acres. And it's just so cool to know that the deer are relating this well to the backyard pond. We even saw a bobcat while we were deer hunting once this year, which is the first time I've ever seen a bobcat. And I've never seen one as clearly as I saw on this particular night. Now, I was not able to get a shot off at that bobcat, but just to know that an animal like that, an alpha local bobcat, is walking around right behind the dock on the backyard pond is just the coolest thing of all time. I'm pretty sure it's the same dominant bobcat we've caught on trail cam before, kind of slinking around a beaver slide area, almost like he was hunting that beaver. So there's a lot of wildlife interactions going on out here by the pond, and I'm loving it. In fact, one of the many things we're gonna do to try to increase the deer population in this area and kind of keep them around is we're gonna keep that big corn feeder right there full all year round now. Then we got a record snowstorm down here in Southeast Alabama. Yep.
Stop right here and get out and go touch snow.
We got over 7 inches of snowfall in a few hours, and that snow piled up, it stuck, and actually hung around on the ground for 3 or 4 days after it snowed. It was an absolute winter wonderland out here. The backyard pond looked insane. The island was covered in snow. I mean, it was a sight to behold. I definitely should have done more fishing during that snowstorm just to see if the fish were active at all. But I'll be honest, the only thing we really did was me and my kids and my wife just threw on a bunch of clothes and just ran around outside and just played in the snow for several days like we were all kids.
Look at how much snow we got last night, guys. This is crazy. Look at the trailer.
All right, boys, the NBA basketball season is heating up. Now, most of you guys aren't as good at basketball as I am. Run! Ah! Ah! Oh, my leg! But you don't have to be good at basketball to take advantage of this new crazy deal that my partners over at DraftKings are offering. Right now, new customers to DraftKings who bet just $5 on literally anything instantly get $150 in bonus bets. That's right, guys. Literally all you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app for free. Use my promo code LOJO when signing up, make that initial $5 bet, and boom, you instantly get that $150 of bonus bets. You can do whatever you want with that $150 of bonus bets, but one really cool thing to do is to use it on what's called a same game parlay, which is when you combine multiple bets within the same game or event that give you a chance at an even bigger payout. Also, there's a ton of states out there that don't allow sports gambling yet, but even if you live in one of those states, DraftKings still has you covered because they have things like DraftKings Daily Fantasy. Guys, I've been working with DraftKings for like over 3 years now, and there's a reason for that. Because it's an app that I actually use, and it's something that makes my game day experience a little bit more fun. I don't get crazy with any of my bets. It's always a little bit here, a little bit there, but I would highly encourage you guys to check them out if you're into sports at all. There's a link right at the top of the description. Click that link, go check them out, do all the steps that I said earlier. Big shout out to DraftKings for sponsoring another video. Let's get back to it, boys. We've got springtime staring us in the face right now. That means the largemouth bass are coming up shallow and they're looking to spawn. So there's a lot of things I want to do to kind of prepare for this springtime. And one thing we really need to do is make sure that these fish, all the fish in this pond, have food sources available to them. For example, we got the fish feeder right here that we try to keep full, but we don't always do a good job. But I'm committed to try to keep that thing full, keep all the bait fish in this cove fed, specifically the bluegill, the red ears, the hybrid sunfish, even some fathead minnows and shiners will eat this feed. The birds have clearly found this area and they're big fans as well. This is the good stuff right here, guys. This is the stuff. We just want to keep it going out there multiple times a day. Super snaky. Why is it so thick right there? Is it because of all the bird poop? Is it like fertilizer for the grass? Oh, here we go. All right, well, not quite full, but it's good enough for now. I'll keep them fed. Let's do a test feeding real quick. Make sure she's spinning good. Nice. We want the bait fish to thrive in this pond because if they are thriving, most likely the bass are going to be doing better as well. And if the bait fish are happy and healthy and fed, they're able to multiply quicker, which just makes more food for the bass to eat. It's gonna reduce the amount of stress that these bass are under because they have a lot of good food source. Speaking of minnows and like stocking bait and everything, this dock has become such a safe haven for tons of bait fish in this pond now. Oh, look at that, a bass just swung in there. So putting the dock here was definitely a good call. Gives the bait fish and everything else in this pond a reason to kind of congregate in this cove. Another really important aspect of pond management is removing the smaller bass, or like the slot size fish. As you guys know, the smaller a bass is, basically the more aggressive it is with its feeding patterns, and they will absolutely clean out, eat all of your bait and leave nothing else for the rest of the fish, especially the bigger fish that are a little bit slower. So we need to constantly be removing a certain number of these slot or just smaller bass in order to give those 2-3 pounders and above, give them the first right to eat basically and take away their main competition for food. But luckily we're not killing these bass that we're removing. I think I'd much rather just relocate them and let them live to see another day. Yeah, I was about to say, you have a fish, dear. It's running side to side.
I didn't want to say anything. I thought I got a bite over here. And
yeah.
Out of its mouth.
No, there we go. That's exactly what we're looking for. Now that is a good sized bass to relocate.
Beautiful.
So unfortunately for him, we don't really want him because he just eats too much food. But we're not going to kill him. We got plans for my dude right here for a new life. There you go, bud. Nicely done, dear. I'm basically just the bucket boy at this point, which is fine. I know my role. Oh my gosh. I just lowered my jig down into the water and a bass just cranked it right off the dock. Oh, and the bucket is 100 yards away, of course. Shoo. you got a buddy now. Here you go. You're welcome.
I'll keep you around.
Well, you know, you catch the fish, I keep the combos serviced and working. We're on, baby. Out deep. Oh yeah, that's the right size. Relocation bass, number 3. Pretty little fish. You're on. Yeah. Let's go. Ah, beautiful. That's number 4. Good job, babe. Now we're starting to make a difference, I think. I don't really have a number in mind for how many I want to remove today. I'm just gonna try to stay on top of it all throughout the spring and really just the rest of the year. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's not a huge one. That's another nice one though. Still though, let's see, I would say that's just above the slot limit. So we're gonna let him live to see another day. Yep, it's a little bit too big. We want him to keep on growing. Uh-oh. Got him. Let's see, he's gonna be close. He's kind of fighting a little bit.
I don't know.
Well,
Might be a little bit too big. I'd keep him.
well, since you caught him, I'll give you the jurisdiction. I'll give you the final decision. He's close. All right, yeah, we'll keep him. I like that. I like that. I'm studying you. You're just putting the hurting on him over here. I'm studying your technique. All right, we are down in the backyard swamp. I got the bucket full of bass right there. The pond is right up there, right over that berm. And this is gonna be where these new bass are going to live now. This place is its own ecosystem. You got flowing water. In fact, the water in this creek swamp just runs for miles. Oh yeah, there we go. It's a much better look right there. You know, some really small bass, but we sure were glad to have them in the pond for a temporary amount of time. Here's another one. And we got, oh, that little guy's feisty. Come on, bud. Acclimating, acclimating. Last one, buddy, and you are the feistiest one. Who would have guessed? Look at that beautiful little bass right there. And there he goes. His nose got a little dirty, but you know, sometimes your nose gets a little dirty in life. Good work, team. We've stocked basically everything in this pond before, but I would argue the most effective thing, and potentially a bass's favorite thing to eat, would be live crawfish. Now, crawfish are packed with protein. I mean, just look at the little guys. It's like Larry the Lobster. That dude's yoked. Also, some of those fish that I named before, like the bluegill and the shad, some of those fish don't do very well during the harsh environments like extreme cold or extreme warmth. Crawfish, on the other hand, have a tendency to burrow down in the mud, and it kind of protects them throughout those harsh seasons. So they're gonna survive year round, they reproduce a lot. So now you have yet another forage, bait source, food source for the largemouth bass that can take care of itself, reproduce, and self-sustain. We also have a treat in store because neighbor Daryl's gonna stop by and he's gonna drop a little catch, clean, cook knowledge on us about how he prepares his boiled crawfish. So I know a ton of people like to eat crawfish. So you guys are definitely gonna wanna hang around and see how old neighbor Daryl whips it up with some crawfish. We're also gonna get a boat out here with an actual depth finder, and we're gonna get some answers as to how deep this pond has actually gotten in certain areas. Hopefully we can mark some big structure too. All in all, today's gonna be a great day for the pond. Let's go grab some crawfish. All right, boys, we're at the place, here to get some crawfish. We are getting a ton. This is where we're going right here. Let's go get them. So the guy in here just told me that there are absolute monsters this year, so hopefully we can see one of these gigantic crawfish. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's some big ones in there, man. Oh, look at my guy. He's a little cold right now. Dude, look at the claws. Yeah, how many did I end up getting? 7 bags? 7 bags. Yeah, holy moly. 211 pounds. Oh yeah. Shopping cart full of crawfish. Our buddy's riding shotgun right here. We might as well bring him too. He's just a bonus crawfish. We got 3 coolers loaded up, 3 huge coolers. All right, boys, we got the crawfish. Let's head on back to the house. Neighbor Daryl is down there at the backyard pond right now already. He's got a whole kitchen set up down there. He's down there by the dock. He's getting ready. You order some crawfish?
I ordered some crawfish. Got delivery service. Crawfish bowl going.
Yeah, man. I gotta look at your setup here.
Yeah, that's a campground setup there.
Man, you already got some stuff cooking up in there.
I do.
Man.
Well, I got.
What do you got in there so far? It's windy as
I got
shit.
seasoning, which is like Cajun seasoning, and then I got some peppers, lemons, oranges, and because I had some, I'm gonna put some turnips in there instead of potatoes, and then we'll put andouille sausage in there, corn, and
Nice.
the crawfish.
Smelling good already.
I like to cook mine for an hour or so before I put it in there because you get like a stock.
How long do you put the crawfish in there for?
Oh, they don't take 10 minutes. When they sink.
When they sink, they're ready?
When they sink, they're done, yep.
We got all the crawfish bags exposed to the sun now, trying to let all the guys warm up and wake up a little bit. This is the bucket that we're gonna cook with Daryl over here in just a minute. So let's just leave them right there.
Andouille deer sausage, yeah.
Oh, I like andouille.
Yeah, we made a bunch of it last year and I found a bunch in the freezer.
That smells amazing, Daryl.
Which is smoked. We made it, smoked it. But that's out of deer meat.
That's awesome. That smells so good. I have never been one to really be excited about eating crawfish, but I don't know. You got it smelling pretty good, Daryl. You got it seeming pretty good right about now.
Yeah. Seasoning, I think it needs some more seasoning in there. Because you need seasoning about 3 times stronger than the food.
Oh, woo!
Hot?
It's a little spicy. I mean, it's Cajun seasoning, right? So it's gonna be a little spicy.
Wasn't that hot, man?
Now we're getting a better look at these guys. And they're finally starting to wake up a little bit. Just listen to the noise they make. Who would have known these little guys right here, the absolute best forage to put in your bass pond. Damn it.
Yeah, he's got his claws out. He's ready to pinch somebody. They've been living all year in the mud flat, eating like a hog.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden some Cajuns done caught him in a trap, put them on ice, carried them all the way from Louisiana to Alabama.
And sold them to me.
And then you throw them in the back of a cooler roughly, and then put ice on top of them.
I'm just gonna dump them out right here so they can actually get some sun on them. That's a lot, and that's just one bag right there. We've got 7 bags.
15, 20 people.
Holy moly, that's a mountain of crawfish.
You ain't kidding.
Come alive, my brothers. Please be alive.
Yeah.
All right, we're sending a few into the heat. There they go. I can hear them yelling.
Yo!
Oh, they didn't seem to mind too much.
We'll get the water back to boiling, but that's a small pot. That wouldn't even feed one Cajun youngin'. A preschooler. That's like a Cajun preschooler snack. That's what they give them boys before they send them off to school right there. That's what actually the little girls eat right there for breakfast.
For breakfast.
For breakfast.
Them Cajuns are different.
Yeah, they are. They tough too. And then you gotta let it set because all that flavored water get inside them crawfish.
That joker is boiling.
Yeah, I'm fixing to shut her off and put the corn in. Now they'll sink to the bottom there, ready to eat. That means that shell fills up with that juice that's in there.
So it's floating now because it's done, but you want them to sink when they're ready to eat.
When they sink, that's when it's filled back up with this liquid. That's the season. That's when it's filled up with that liquid there. You know, the way I'm not very good with the way you do it. You pinch the tail or squeeze the head. And that yellow stuff right there is flavor. That's when the Cajuns suck the head and pinch the tail. They said you don't want to do it opposite.
How is it?
They're good, there's no flavor right now.
Right, so just got to wait for them to sink.
It's like a bowl of shrimp with no flavor.
How
Not bad. They're a little muddy.
They're a little muddy, maybe?
Yeah. Like some catfish that wasn't washed good.
Yeah.
Yep.
They look pretty solid.
Yeah, well, there.
Everything else in there is solid. I mean, the corn, the sausage, all the flavor is solid.
Corn right there. Corn pretty damn good.
Dude, I love corn on the cob too. That's like one of my favorite things of all time. Oh my God. Man, that's spicy. Woo, it's good, but it's spicy. The cooking portion is complete and that food is delicious. But now we need to deliver the rest of the crawfish out here to the pond to feed the fish. And look who's back. The project boat is back to help us deliver these crawfish to their new fish homes. That is a beautiful sight right there. And we got the little electronics right there, so we're gonna get some water depth readings now that the pond has been officially expanded. Oh, I'm so ready for this. This is so epic. There we go, baby. Just like that, we're in here. Yes, sir. Oh, it's locked. There we go. Oh, here we go. Project boat, hold me.
All right, let me.
So it's 6 feet right here exiting the cove. And it's really like 3 to 4 feet kind of in the cove. Oh, we're at 10 foot of water depth too. Oh, that's awesome. We've never seen that before. Look at that, almost 10 feet of depth over here by the drainage pipe. And there's some fish right there or something. Oh, there's some structure too. So we got some 10 feet water out here. That is outstanding. We never had any 10-foot water before. I mean, like none, nowhere in the pond. And over here, it should be even deeper than that. Oh, 10 foot, 10.4, 12 foot, 13 foot.
Really?
14 foot. 14 feet right there, Daryl. Right in between the drainage pipe and the island, a 14-foot hole right there. And there's tons of fish. Every time I see a hill or like deep water, there's fish on it, or there's bait, or there's big fish. So they're definitely, oh, there's that 13.8-foot hole. There's like a freaking Bermuda Triangle right in the middle of this freaking pond. Oh, dude, look at that. Look, that's the giant snag. That's the giant log.
Yep.
We've lost so many lures on that joker right there. Now, I took one bag and dumped it right by the dock. We're just gonna go around and just kind of dump a bag in this corner, bag in that corner, bag off the island, bag off that point. Also, Jay heard that you're really supposed to stock crawfish by putting them like on the bank of the pond, like right along the edge and not directly in the water. Yep. Now, I don't know if that's true, but let me know your input on that below. I did a little Googling, and I think it kind of just depends on who you ask type deal, but I'm gonna dump some in the water around the edge and some on the bank itself, just to make sure we're covering all of our bases. Oh!
Okay.
What are you? Jesus, what's going on here? Oh, there we go. No! Oh, I think this is a good spot right here. This little corner is kind of like a beach area. I'm just gonna dump a bunch out, kind of let them warm up. Ow! Little claw just poked me through the bag. They're a little slow moving still.
Oh, there's some going.
Oh yeah. They're definitely slow. I mean, I can't tell if it's just cold and that's what the deal is, but man, I hope some of these guys wake up, or else we just put a bunch of dead crawfish in the pond, which is only feeding the catfish. A lot of them are starting to move though. I mean, it might just take them a little bit of time. About to get the boat dirty, man, I'm sorry. We were just over there at that corner. Now we're at this corner, the actual spillway. Swamp's back there. So we're gonna dump a whole nother bag right here.
These are a little more.
These are a little bit more feisty. Now these look a lot more active. Look at this bag right here. This is what I'm wanting to see. When I dump a bag of crawfish, I want to see them just go crazy. Definitely seems like it wasn't the best batch of crawfish I've ever gotten, but this bag is a lot better looking than that last bag was. Hello, my friend. How do you do? What do you think about that mud pile right there? Yee! Onto the island we go, my friend. Y'all alive? Y'all awake? Oh yeah, they're awake. We already figured out earlier today with the electronics that right here is like the deepest hole in the entire pond. So I'm basically gonna dump this entire chest, which is like almost a bag and a half, right off the edge of the island itself. So that way they can either go to the island and burr up underneath it, or they could crawl down to the deep spots too. Gives them some options, gives them some variety. Oh yes, we're out of control, but in control at the same time. Oh, oh, I love you, thank you. Oh yeah, here. It's okay. Oh my gosh, toss me a line. Jesus, that's metal. My bad. Right in my face, right in my eyeball. Dude, how about this? First time on the island since it was built, bro. This is the first time I've even been on the dang thing, yes. There's a ton of bait just sitting around it. Like right there's a bunch of little...
Oh, you bastard!
Oh, dude, are you good? Oh my God.
I made it.
Dude, are you good?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
On your camera, I was like, oh shit.
We don't have our sea legs today, brother.
Not at all.
That's like 40 pounds of crawfish right here. We're going for it. We're sending it. Hello, friends.
In a hurry.
I love you. Ah. All right, last bag. We're going to put this one right here by the feeder that's already feeding all the bluegill and catfish and stuff like that.
Ooh, there's a couple shooting out there.
There's a few that are active. It just ain't looking great for the mass population of them. Well, I sure hope a lot of these come back to life, I guess. But if some of them do, we've got a lot of crawfish in this pond now, so yay. So it is the next day. Unfortunately, I went back down to the pond today, and I mean, it just looked like a massacre, just a bloodbath. Tons of dead crawfish. If I had to guess, I would say 50% of them at least died. I'm not really sure what happened. I mean, we acclimated the crawfish. You know, we left them out in the sun for a while before we put them in the water. We put pond water on them, which I know you're supposed to do to help them get used to the pond water. I mean, we did all that, and they just never really woke up. It's all good, though. I reached out to the place where I got them from, and they're going to give me some free bags of crawfish. They were really apologetic. They felt bad, so, you know, like, it's no big deal. It wasn't anybody's fault. It was just a weirdly bad batch of crawfish. But hopefully enough of the survivors combined with the free bags that we're going to get from that place, we will have successfully stocked the backyard pond with crawfish to hopefully last the pond for years to come. Also, guys, check out the empty walls back there. We had our big whatnot stream, and you guys absolutely cleaned me out. It was an insane stream. We had like 700 of you guys in the stream. Bunch of you guys bought NFG stuff, which I really appreciate. Just so you guys know, NFG is something that I am part owner of. It is myself, it is Jigging with Jordan, and it is Lunkers TV. Like, we are the ones controlling this company. And just so you guys know, all of the money that I personally made from that whatnot stream, I am literally putting all that money back into NFG, the company. We've got some big things coming up, and we're not just selling t-shirts, but I don't want to spoil any of that yet. Just stay tuned, and I appreciate you. I thank you so much. Thank you to everybody that came on that stream, even if you didn't buy anything, just if you came to hang out. That's freaking awesome. And by the way, we're going to have another whatnot stream with myself and Jigging with Jordan March the 22nd at 6:30 p.m. It's actually the weekend of the Bassmaster Classic. Me and Jigging with Jordan are going to be at the Bassmaster Classic in Fort Worth, Texas. Lunkers TV is going to be dropping in and out as well. So it's going to be a really fun time. So I'll actually link that whatnot stream down in the description of this video. So Whatnot is a free app to download, and you can come into our stream without spending any money. You don't have to pay. It's not a paywall thing like that at all. But you can buy things while you're there, and a lot of people choose to do that. You can get like autographed items, limited edition items, really cool stuff that most people don't get to see. And if you're new, if you click that link, if you sign up using the link in my description, you get $15 to spend for free. So it's a super good deal for you as well. But as you guys can see, I did not give away everything. I kept some stuff for the specific purpose of doing some giveaways on the channel this year. So if you were not able to get anything on that stream, just stay tuned, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and you could potentially win some of this stuff. I also ended up donating a bunch of my fishing gear. This is some stuff that's about to be donated, just a bunch of baits and stuff, a bunch of rods right here. These are going to a local bass fishing team, a high school bass fishing team. And I had another pile just like that I donated to another local high school bass fishing team. So I'm trying to get that stuff out there to you guys as much as I can in any way that I can. And again, guys, thank you so much for all the support that you've given me personally on the channel. Seeing you guys out in public a lot again, so I know there's a ton of you out there. I'm gonna keep reminding you guys, best subscribers on YouTube right there. That's you. Man, I wish this was me right now. Oh, God. I hope to be holding one of these really soon, really soon. Maybe even one of these. Okay, guys, I've talked too much as usual, but I love you. Thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed so you can maybe win some of that stuff on that table right there. I love you guys so much. I'll see you at the Bassmaster Classic. Peace out, boys.